are here and ready to create with me on a YouTube Live. Just a quick reminder, you are live if you are on Thursday, December 16th at 11 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I am just so tickled to have Brenda Polson here, the most amazing moderator ever. She's over in the chat box and ready to share with you, and I hope that you'll join her over there if you're live. Hey, if you're not live, welcome. We're so glad you're here for the replay. I'd love to hear your comments, so be sure to share with me. And today, I have got 4 super amazing cards that we're going to create with just one little sheet of 6x6 designer series paper. So yeah, it's the end of December, kind of mid-December. Most of us are done with those Christmas cards, hopefully. And it's kind of time to start thinking about next year and getting some cards made in advance. So these cards are perfect because they're all occasion cards. And you're going to be able to take these. You can either stamp the sentiments on them right now, or you can hold off on that. Just create the cards and add the sentiments as you know what you need. So if you need a birthday, you need a thank you, you need a get well, right? You're going to be able to just add that later. So I want you to customize today's cards in a way that suits you. So I am very anxious to get started on this, and I have invited a lot of you to come and create with me. So earlier I shared a list of the supplies that you would need, and remember, you're going to use what you have on hand. Now, you didn't have to buy anything special for this one. I'm going to be using the In Bloom stamp set, but you feel free to use either your favorite flower or just a really fun focal image, whatever you want to do. Maybe you just want to create the card part. You want to work with that designer series paper and get your cards started. You can add the images as you move along. So you can do those anytime next year, right? Because that's what I said. It's all about creating these cards in advance. Okay. I think I've given everyone a few minutes here to get on to the live. I am going to take you on a little journey from here to here. I'm going to move my camera over to my crafting table so we can get started. I always like to warn you, if you get a little motion sick, look away as we move. Here we go. You're going to see a lovely shot of my ceiling. Yes, I know. And come on, camera, work with me. There we go. Got to get it to flip around. Okay, where's my little flippy? There we go. All right. Do you know, it's always so funny because just when you think you know exactly where the flip on YouTube is going to be, it shows up somewhere different. All right, guys. These are the cards that we're going to be creating today. And like I said, we're going to use the In Bloom stamp set. This is one of my all-time favorites. I think it's these fonts. I just love, they kind of got a little whimsy to them, a little retro. And of course, I love whimsical flowers as well. So these are the cards we're going to create. Let's go ahead and talk about the supplies you need for the cards. So we're going to start, I'm going to have 4 card bases, okay? I have 2 that are in black, 2 that are in Magenta Madness. Now, you can cut your card bases any size you want. My black is a 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, I've got 2 of those. My magenta, I decided to go long ways, 4 1/4 by 11, and scored at 5.5. Again, we've got 2 of those. Brenda's just put the measurements up there for you as well. So that's for our card bases. Now, we're also going to need 4 pieces of basic white. And these are 4, whoops, I only grabbed 3. Let me grab one more, 4. These are cut 4 by 5 1/4. Now, I have you cut 4, but I want to show you something on this card. I'm going to have a real hard time writing on that, aren't I? So you might want to get another piece of 4 by 5 1/4 to go inside. So if you want to do that, you're going to need 8. 4 by 5 1/4. But like I said, that's up to you depending on the color of cardstock that you chose today. All right, let's see what else we got. I have got some scraps. Look at these little guys. Aren't they just fabulous? I've got some Magenta Madness and then some basic black. And these are little 1/8 of an inch by about 6 inches. Now, I think if some of you, I hope I caught this. I think I originally told you 5.5. And for some of these, it may need to be 6 inches. So if you cut it a little short, it's a good thing. It's just the tiniest piece of cardstock. But I did want you to be aware that that is actually 6 inches. And those are 1 1/8 inch. And those are just going to help us kind of hide the seam that is going to be on our designer series paper. Now, I got to tell you something else. So as I created these cards, I did this in Bermuda Bay. And that's from the Brights collection of designer series paper. And when I came in this morning to do today's video, guess what? I used my last piece of that color. But you know what? It doesn't matter, not with this project, because guess what? We can do that exact same thing with any color designer series paper. So we're going to go pool party. Why not, right? Okay. Well, first things first, we're going to do a little cutting. So let's bring in my paper cutter, and I have got just a quickie little diagram here. All right, this is so simple. If you will just cut your cardstock down to designer series paper, cut it down to 4 by 4. If you'll start with that, everything else is going to work itself out. So let's start by cutting this down 4 by 4. So we've got a piece 4 inches and 4 inches. Boom. That's the majority of the cutting. This piece is now 2 by 4 inches. So that one's good to go. I've got that one done. I have this one that is 2 by 6. Let's cut that down to 5.5 inches. So we're just going to cut a little tiny scrap. Okay. That piece is ready to go. My last one, well, my first one, because remember this is what we started with, are 4 by 4. I'm going to line this up here in the track, corner to corner. Okay, and that's what's great about the paper trimmer. You can just see that those corners are sitting right inside that track. Hold on to it tight, give it a splice, and that is what we need for our remaining 2 cards. Guys, that is pretty darn simple, right? 4 by 4, everything else is going to work itself out, so you don't need to overthink it. We love that, right? Okay. So now let's go ahead and we're going to bring in 4 of those basic white pieces. And I'm going to kind of take it slow because remember, I want you guys to stamp along with me today. So I'm going to start with these 4 pieces, and I'm going to start with one of my triangle pieces. Okay. So I am curious how many of you are creating right along with me today. I hope you are. It's so much more fun. I got up this morning and was just so excited going, I get to stamp with my friends. I love it. I love my job, but I love it even more when I get a stamp with you. Okay, that's easy. Okay, there's our first card. Let's do another one. Let's take our other triangle. We're going to add that down here at the bottom. Now, if you're one that likes to stamp first, you are welcome to do that. So if you would rather just hold tight while I adhere these, I'm kind of a little bit different. I like to add my designer series paper because I want to be able to see right where my stamping space is. So I tend to do it that way. Okay, there we go. We're going to do another one here. Let's take this nice long piece. Now I want you to notice something. It hangs off at the top and the bottom, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So when we add this, be aware that I'm going to go right to the side here. Let me just flip that over. Oh, equal enough. I think we're good. But you want to have a little bit hanging off. And let me show you why. When that goes here on our card, it's going to look like that. So that way we have that touching up at the top and the bottom. All right, so we have that one done. And now our final one, we're just going to add here onto the side. I'm telling you guys, these are like going to be the quickest and easiest cards you have ever made. And the nice thing is with this one layout, you're going to be able to stamp just about anything in these spaces, right? You're going to have a lot of opportunity for creativity. Okay, speaking of creativity, how about we do some stamping? So I'm going to be using a Magenta Madness, a Granny Apple Green, and my Memento Tuxedo Black, okay? And I just saw someone pop up there in the comments and she says, oh, I'm late or I'm getting behind. Don't worry, you could always go back and watch the replay and stamp along with me because that's the fun part. Like I said, we love being able to stamp with friends. All right, so there are my colors that I'm going to use. And so let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get my ink pads open. I am a close my ink pads as soon as I stamp girl. But you know what? With this project, I think I want to go ahead and have all these open. Hope and pray that I don't go in the wrong color. In fact, let's do this. Let's keep them a little separated so I don't make any mistakes. All right, let's start here with one of our triangle pieces. And just to be on the safe side, my friends, I am going to bring in some grid paper. Let me go ahead and move this up just a tad. There we go. So we are going to start, like I said, I'm using the In Blooms. And so we have this really great 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petal flower. But let me show you what I'm going to do with my 6 petal flower. I am going to take this and I'm going to stamp it here. And I'm going to ink it up again. And I'm going to rotate it. Let me turn it around quite a bit. And do you see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of going right in between. There we go. And now look at this fun flower. Yes, love, right? Okay, now we're going to come in with the stem in the Granny Apple Green. We'll go right there. Got to add some leaves. So I'm going to come in with a leaf stamp. Boy, I re-inked my ink pads today, and whew, they are juicy. Really juicy. Okay, so there are my stems or my leaves. And now let's come in with a nice center to give that flower, right now it's like pow, it's got really great, it's just really flying out there. Let me get, how about a You Are Amazing? All right, we will stamp You Are Amazing right there. I love the look of the black. Okay. Now, before I go any further with this, let me tell you what I'm going to do. We are now going to come in with that strip of black. Remember, this is that 6 inch by 1/8 inch. Look what we're going to do. We're going to cover up that seam. Now, the seams might not bother you, and I want you to feel free to leave that alone if that's what you want to do. I kind of like to add something on there. I'm going to come in with some multi-purpose glue. And you know what? That's going to want to try to get away from me. So there we go. That's what happens when you shake it down. I'm going to put the tip of my glue, I'm not even squeezing, okay? Just put it right along that edge. And I'm going to lay that strip of black right there. Doesn't that change everything? Now let me grab my scissors. I'm going to flip this over, and I can see to snip that and snip that. Ooh, right? So pretty. Okay, let's put this one, you know what? I think we're going to put this on a magenta card base. Now, of course, I have my glue out. I could just do this with the glue as well. You know, we all have our favorite adhesives, right? We all have our favorites. And I love my Stampin' Seal. I'm not a big fan of glue because I end up wearing more of it than I get on my project. Okay, I'm going to do a little more to this at the end. All right, so stay tuned. We're not quite done. There's card 1. Let me set that one over here. Now let's go ahead. Let's work on our other triangle card. And for this one, let's see. Well, you know what? We're going to go this way with it. No, we're going to go this way with it. You know, we're always looking to get creative here. I'm going to say, happy birthday. You really are the best. We're going to get a little more creative here. Look what we're going to do. We are going to stamp Happy birthday. Oh, I should have put my strip on there. Well, I will come back and do it. I'm going to put one of my magenta strips on there. And do you see what I'm doing? Kind of making that happy birthday go all across there. But let's go ahead before I get too far into this, and let's add that magenta. Whew, boy, you can tell I re-inked my ink pads today. And just to be on the safe side for this one, sorry, I think I'm bringing that off the camera there. Let's add that. You could, if this little strip is just too thin for you, you just really struggle, no problem. You could go 1/4 of an inch and you might feel more confident with that. That looks so nice, so bright. All right, we'll snip this away. I hope that you guys are able to create along as we go. All right. So yeah, you know what? I said I was going to go this way. I was going to put my flower here. I think I'm going to put it like this. Yeah, this is what's great. It's all about the creativity. And we're going to do our flower in the exact same way. You want to know what else I love about doing these types of projects? These make the best gifts because they're all matchy-matchy, right? We love matchy-matchy. And you could do a set of these, maybe in a couple different colors if you wanted to, and put them in one of our clear acetate boxes maybe, or maybe you could create one of the boxes I shared with you on one of my Tuesday tips, how to create a really simple box for your cards. You could go back through and find that when it was a Christmas box, but you know, all you got to do is change up that designer series paper for any occasion. All right, there we go. That one is done. Let's put this one, we're going to put this one here on a black card base. And what I'm doing is just kind of, if I put the magenta strip, I want it on the basic black cardstock. And if I did a basic black strip, I want it on a magenta card base. Remember, I'm going to do more to this. I got to add my bling. So let me set this one off to the side. And let's see, what do we have now? Let's do this long one. So you remember, this is the one, it was hanging off a little bit there. And how about for this, we say, you mean so much to me. Also, remember, I did say at the beginning, you could not put sentiments on your cards. You could leave that off and then stamp it as you're ready to send it. So never be afraid to do that. Okay, now again with my flowers. And we'll rotate my stamp around. There we go. And of course, that big pop of the black in the center. I am crazy, crazy about magenta and black, some of my favorite colors together because they just have so much wow factor. They just like fly right off the page. We'll add our leaves. Perfect. Look at how fast these cards are coming together. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you're still waiting for some last minute gifts, I think these cards are the way to go. So let's see. Oh, and I got to put my strip on this one. Let's put this one here on a magenta. And then I'll come in and add my strip. Here's what's nice, guys. There's no right or wrong to any of it. I mean, there's really not. Yep, we're going to add that right there. So we'll come along. So like I said earlier, you can put your glue right along the or on top of your designer paper or right next to it. Because this one's a little tight, I decided to go right on top of it. Look at that. It's just amazing what that little, talk about a scrap. I mean, whew, that was literally a scrap, but it just adds so much to the card. And just a couple snips. And we have another card done. Oh my goodness. Okay, one more, and then we're going to add some bling. All right, we're going to take this one right here. And how about a congratulations card? By the way, all 4 of these sentiments came in that In Bloom stamp set. But of course, these can be just about anything your little brain can fathom. So let's stamp a flower here and a flower here. So I know I have stampers here with me that are what we like to call speed stampers. You love to just plow through, and others of you like to take your time and take it nice and slow. I hope that you're still able to kind of enjoy the video as you're stamping at your pace with what works for you. All right, let's add a stem here and a stem there. And of course, here's the other thing, friends, is that I have all these stamps out. This would be a great time to just get a bunch of cards made. I've got everything out, you know? Look at that. Perfect. All right, let's add our little black to the center. You know what? I really think I might come in and I might change it up. I think I might do those flowers and some Daffodil Delight. That would look really, really pretty, wouldn't it? Okay, we're going to add this to our last card base. So that will go here. Yeah, I've got friends who always look forward to opening my Christmas presents because they know it's going to be a box of hand-stamped cards. Surprise! But, you know, they love it. They love having cards ready. I have a lot of friends who, oops, I shouldn't have added that down yet. You know what? We're going to make it work because I just wanted to put that right there. See, I can't talk and stamp at the same time. You guys are lucky. You're just sitting there. But I hope you're not watching me and doing it right along with me. Everything is fixable. Everything is figure-outable. Have you guys seen that stamp set in our catalog? I love that one. Everything is figure-outable. I could just take this all the way to the top, but I don't want to. We're going to go to there. Here's the other reason I like to use the glue. I didn't quite hit the edge, and I can pick it up and move it. There we go. All right, now, oh, I got it off a little bit. But it's all good. Okay, I am done with my stamping. You know what? No, I don't think I am going to be done with my stamping. I think I'm going to stamp the inside of my cards. Do you guys mind? Hopefully you don't mind. We're going to stamp the inside. So what I want to do is I know I have one landscape. Suddenly I lost the word landscape. And it looks like I have 3 that are portrait. So I'll start with my landscape here. And you notice I'm going off the cardstock. I do like to kind of go off the cardstock a little bit when I want to have plenty of room to write my message. I don't want my message to get stuck and, you know, that I'm not close enough with, and I think I'm just going to do one leaf so that my message can all stay here. Now we can add that, you know, because here's the thing. Wouldn't it be great if by the time we finish this video, we have a great gift to give away? So I can add this. I am very nervous doing this with that black ink pad sitting right behind me. Oh, I'm sure none of you have ever done that. How many of you have gone right into an ink pad? Too many times to mention. All right, so there's the inside of one card. Now we're going to do, remember the last 3 were all going landscape, or I'm sorry, see, now I can't even remember the other word. How about portrait, Connie? And we've got options. What if we just wanted to, this is where your creativity is going to come in, so I'd love to see what you guys do. I'm going to just stamp some flowers in the corners. And not, maybe I'll throw in a couple leaves. Sure, let's do that. What would happen if we just tucked a leaf right there and tucked a leaf right there? And, you know, I better remove that I got a little smudgy right there. And I will come up with something that I can hide that. So let's say, you mean so much to me. I can't do it, guys. I can't. I got to move it. I'm going to make a mess if I don't. All right. Oh, doesn't that look so pretty in the magenta? Wow. That just pops. All right. Oh, you know what? Did I get the little black center in that other card? I did. Okay. I couldn't remember. Oh, that's going to look great. And you know what? This says you mean so much to me. Let's come in with, we're going to say you are amazing. And you know what I'm going to do? I told you I got that smudge. So you mean so much to me. You are amazing. Well, look at that. I think that just works perfect. Ha! Okay. I'm going to set that card off to the side. And let's do another one. Okay, Connie, what creativity are we going to come up with here? Let's do the flowers over here this time, just to change them up so they can all be a little bit different. Right there. And go ahead and bring my black ink pad back in here and get our stem. Let's bring this one around. There we go. Gotta love the creativity of stamps and everything we can do with them. All right, plenty of room for my message on that one. Let's add that inside our card. All right, let me find, here we go. How about a happy birthday? Because that's a good happy card. Right about there. Okay, perfect. Let's see, I've got one more floating around here. The You Are Amazing card. Okay. Oh, here, let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to stamp this flower here on the side. Nothing like getting creative on the fly, right? Okay, let's stamp that. And this card says you are amazing. And why don't we always also add you mean so much to me? We can put that right next to it. It goes along really well, don't you think? And we'll add our center. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to add any leaves. I think I kind of like it just like that. I'm not going to add anything else. All right. And we will add this to our last card right inside there. Very bright, very fun. Okay, I'm going to move these ink pads out of the way here real quick so I don't do anything I'm going to regret. Okay, now I said to stay tuned because we were going to add some bling. So let's bring in our cards. And my bling for today, the magic bling for today, is going to be the clear and silver epoxy essentials. I love these. They're so pretty. I'm going to use the silver. And the reason I chose the silver on this project, it just needed this poppage, right? I'm going to use my take your pick tool because it kind of makes my life easy. I'm going to start here. Let's start with the You Mean So Much to Me. And we're just going to pick up some bling as it flies across. There we go. There's just something about bling. It's what's going to take this card from ordinary to extraordinary. And we can add, let's add our last one here. There we go. Ooh, love it. See how shiny? They are super shiny. I love that. Okay, let's do this one. And we'll use the circles again on this one. The other ones that I highly recommend are the jewel rhinestones. I'm telling you, I should buy those by the case because they're my favorites. Honestly, if I think about it, I think they're also the most least expensive in the catalog, and I love them. And they would look great here as well. But look at that. Great shine. Okay, one more. Let's do this one. Let's see on this one. Trying to remember. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to use these little droplet ones. And what I thought I could do with these, well, what I thought I could do is I thought I could pick it up. Oh, come here. There we go. Let's put these right underneath the You Are Amazing. These are also fun as raindrops. And come here. There we go. And we'll add one right there. Again, like I said, it just takes your card up a notch, doesn't it? Look at that. So pretty. All right, let me get one more. And then, guys, we're going to get our last card done. And, oh, my goodness. We were really that fast. Okay, I'm giving up on my Take Your Pick tool now because that little guy was just being stubborn. And I do love these too. I have the ability to kind of play with it, get it set right where I want it before you press it down. See, isn't that nice? Okay, we've got one more, and that's the happy birthday one. And what I thought would be fun with this is we're going to use, we're going to use these little teardrop ones again. And we're just going to go right in between. So this you could do with any sentiment, you guys, just to go straight across. It could be a birthday. It could be a thank you, get well, anything. Let's put that one right there. Just kind of in between. It kind of breaks it apart. All right, I'm going to slide some stamps out of my way so I can show off the cards. Hey, I've got a couple more, so stick around. I'm not quite done yet. I've got another collection to show with you. So there we go. Quick cards. Remember, we've got stuff going on the inside. Fabulous little gift, right? We're all good. Let me show you another set of cards, and they went together just as fast and easy. This set I did with the In Symmetry Designer Series paper and the Sweet Symmetry Designer Series paper and the In Symmetry stamp set. Look at these. Aren't they fun? Again, maybe the cold weather is starting to get to me and was ready for some nice, bright, fun flowers. And I thought these came out great. I used Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, and Just Jade. And what I wanted to point out here, look at this. Remember when I told you earlier, if you really struggle with those really narrow strips, these I cut a 1/4 inch, a little bit easier to work with. So I wanted you to see what that looks like if you want to go ahead and use that a little bit more. But look at these cards. I didn't use the strip. I don't know. It just looked well without it. I think maybe this pattern had a lot going on, and I was good to just let the Designer Series paper kind of be the star of this one because of all those fabulous colors. And all the sentiments here, we did Hey Friend going across, Best Day Ever, You Are Perfectly Unique, and Thanks So Much. But remember, you can leave those sentiments on, add them later as you need them. And guys, that's how to make some pretty darn quick cards using just that one sheet of 6x6 Designer Series paper. Hey, let me go ahead and flip my camera back around so we can come back over here. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I'm stepping on things. At least it's not the puppy. Santa came early this year, and I got a little puppy for Christmas, and I'm always worried that he's going to be under my feet because he's like stealth, you just don't hear him coming. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the cards today, and I hope that you were able to create along with me. If you weren't, I want to encourage you to go over to simplysimplestamping.com. Brenda will share the link right there, or you can look down in the YouTube description. It's going to be there for you as well. You can go over there, grab those measurements, and sit down and create. Remember, the key is, I was going to go try to grab my little, here I am going to grab it. Remember, you just need to cut that 4x4. Once you cut that 4x4, everything else falls into place. If you can remember that, you're going to be able to create these cards anytime you want. So I hope that you'll give them a try. Give them away as gifts, neighbors, friends. co-workers. It's always a well-appreciated gift. People love the gift of hand-stamped cards. All right, I'm so excited to go back and read your comments now that we're done stamping. And I just want to take this time to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for this past year and just the opportunity I've had to stamp and share with you. Oh, I'm not going anywhere, but I am going to take a couple weeks off now for the holidays. My daughter's coming home from college, and we're going to do some holiday baking on Sunday. I want to just be able to devote some time to them. So I'm going to take a little time away from my studio and maybe go hit the kitchen for a while. Hey, so one last thing. If you are not a subscriber to YouTube, I am this close to hitting my 100,000 subscriber mark. I think I'm like 40 away. I'm so excited. So I just want to throw out a shameless plug. If you're not currently a subscriber of my YouTube channel, take a minute and click that great big red subscribe button, because I'd love to have you join us. I share 2 videos each week here on my channel. I'd love to have you be here too. So, and one other thing, and that is my newsletter. Guys, I do share a newsletter with you twice a month, and it's more than just stamping. I love to share some other fun things in there as well. If you want a sneak peek of the puppy, go sign up for my newsletter today, because that's going to be going out to everyone tomorrow. And I'd love for you to see our new addition to the family, Rum Tum Tugger. We're calling him Tugger for short. Something he loves to do, but I'd love to show him off to you. If you want to go over and subscribe to my newsletter, you can find that at simplysimplestamping.com. Brenda will also share that link with you as well. So Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas, my friends. Thank you again for being here. I hope that you have a fabulous holiday season with your family, and I pray that you all stay safe as we finish out this year. Let's make 2022 amazing. I love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.